Hello everybody and welcome to Shanghai, China. It's a hot ticket to have. It is the inaugural Kia World Extreme Games right here from Shanghai, China. The crowds have been lining up all day as we get set for 4 days of excellent competition at the inaugural Kia World Extreme Games. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to Shanghai, China. As you can see, a bevy of activity behind me as we get set for a great day of competition. What do we have in store for you today? Well, we've got a great deal ahead and you're gonna wanna sit right where you are. How about it? We've got the men's speed climbing final. That is going to be exciting. Also, we have the aggressive inline street final on a great course. The women's speed climbing final as the ladies climb the wall. And then to close out our show today, it is the BMX Vert final. Will it be Vince Byron returning to the gold medal as the defending champion on the BMX Vert? We will find out. Also, he's done it for years and years, and it's going to be this year once again. Dennis McCoy is back in town, back here in Shanghai, to go on the vert ramp on his bike. Plenty of action for you, so make sure you stay with us all day long. As you can tell, we do have great weather here in Shanghai, China. It's been a challenge over the last couple days, but we are set to go right now. Hello everybody and welcome to the speed climbing wall. Great conditions here at the Kia World Extreme Games for the semifinals of the women. And taking a look at the rules of this, it's the athletes seated as they came into it. A knockout format, they're one and done. If you get beat, you're done, and the best time advances. Hello everybody, once again, I'm Paul Higgins along with Jim Wall, and Jim taking a look at the semifinal. Tita Sapita, Asel Marlanova, they go head to head. And we'll take a look at Anna and Yulia, who Yulia is an outstanding climber from Russia.
Absolutely, she's the #1 climber actually in the world. Tita upset the #1 seed earlier, so we'll have to see what she can do in this particular round. She's going against even a higher seeded climber in Asel Marlanova.
Asel Marlanova, and she's a very good looking athlete and all sorts. She can get up this wall very quickly. On the left, it's normally the faster climber, but you never know. We've seen some upsets. We saw them in the men.
Exactly. So let's stay tuned. Let's see what Tita can continue to upset.
Tita very energetic. Asel a little bit more composed, a little bit more relaxed, stoic almost.
Oh, she got the jump on her.
Tita about tied right here, Jim.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh, it's anyone's call right here as Asel is climbing hard. Tita with the huge jump.
Oh yes. Once again, the Kazakhstan thought about it. Tita didn't.
Tita will go all the way and she touches in 22.530. And Asel will not get a medal today. Tita will advance to the medal round. Wow, that was pretty spectacular for Tita.
You know, it was amazing. If you look at this, it's always interesting because the Europeans don't seem to want to jump very much. And we've put a lot of jumps into these routes to make sure it looks more dynamic and exciting for the crowd as well as for the camera.
Tita will have an opportunity to go for gold. Asel will go to our bottom bracket, which will be for the bronze, but congratulations goes out to Tita Sapita. Wow, she really did a spectacular jump on the second tier of the big wall. No surprise there, but it still was a great race up the wall.
Now, you know, the Indonesians are a wonderful speed climbing team. They just haven't been able to travel to a lot of the World Cups to get the recognition that they deserve.
And this will be a great race here. Lovachkina and Anna Siganova. Anna is a very spectacular climber, but she has her work cut out for her today.
Oh, yes. Watch Yulia. She will probably make very few mistakes.
Yulia on the right, Anna on the left. Both from Russia, going head to head.
You can see while they adjust their feet on the pad, which is to detect false starts.
And this is to see who goes into the gold medal round. And on your right, Yulia with a quicker climb.
Oh, yes.
Almost tied right here, Jim.
Yep. Yulia hesitated, but there she gets her on the jump, and once again.
The huge jump. Yulia with the lead, a couple steps, and she will go to the gold medal round.
Yeah, Anna was just looking at her feet too much and not concentrating where she was going.
Yulia with a spectacular climb, and she will face Tita Sapita in the gold medal round. Once again, taking a look at this part on the right side, huge extension, Jim, as she climbs the wall.
Oh, absolutely. Look at that.
And a time just under 21 seconds. Pretty spectacular. The young lady from Russia, she defeats her countrywoman as they went head-to-head, and she will advance to the gold medal round.
Yeah. We'll see if she breaks 19 seconds.
So the bronze medal, here we go. Here's a look at the semifinal. And now we get ready for the final. And we have Tita Sapita going up against Yulia Lavachna. Asel will take on Anna.
That's right. We're going to take a look and see who's going to get the bronze medal on this one.
Again, good crowd on hand. And we had a spectacular crowd on hand for the men as well. Who do you pick in this one? This one's a tough one to pick, Jim, because both climbers are both very, very solid, as we have already seen through the preliminaries.
You know, I think I'm going to have to go with the Russian. They're just more experienced. They've had a longer tradition. In fact, you know, speed climbing has been going on for over 60 years in Russia.
Really? Asil and then Anna Siganova. The Russian, her time coming into this is 24.046 seconds. She has about a second and a half advantage over Asel.
You never know, though. Anything can happen.
Marlinova on the left, Siganova on the right. Both even to this point.
That's right.
As this is for the bronze medal, Jim. Once again, even. Who will make a mistake, if any mistake? Oh, there's a slip. A slip on the left and a huge jump by Anna Siganova. She has the edge.
Oh, they're making lots of slips now. You can tell they're having to just be very careful.
And Anna Siganova with the bronze medal. As you mentioned, there was a couple slips, no falls. Asil will get 4th place, and Anna looks pretty thrilled with that bronze medal.
You know, Paul, I think these women are tired. They're losing their focus. They're still fast, and it's quite amazing. But you take a look and you see, now watch, she kind of stops there for a second, but she's precise on the jump. She controls her body swing, and she just keeps on going.
Huge upper body strength on all these women, and she is very excited about getting that bronze medal, and so should she be. Amazing. The Russian climbing team.
I'm sure we could put a lot of men on these routes that wouldn't be able to climb and keep up with these women. That's how strong they are.
Hey, if I was up there and they pulled me up, I couldn't get up there as fast as her. Wow. So now we get ready for the gold medal. How about this? Tita Sapita from Indonesia. Her fastest time today is 23.798. She has her work cut out for her. Lavachna, 21.904. She'll be, of course, the favorite to win this, but it's anyone's guess.
Yeah. You know, once again, she's a seasoned competitor, Lavachna. She's been in lots of competitions. The Indonesians don't just get to travel as much as they should.
Lavachna on the right, Sapita on the left. Here we go. And they're both off to an even start. Yeah. Sapita she slipped on the wall, can't pull herself up. And right now, Jim, take a look at what Yulia is doing. She's just destroying this wall.
Yeah. This is just where that, she made a slip.
Yep. Oh, it's a little bit closer.
Oh.
And there's your gold medal winner. You picked it, Jim. Yulia Lavachna comes away with the win.
And gold medal.
Speed climbing returns to Shanghai, China, and this is how it broke down. Take a look at this young lady once again, Lavachna. She's just cutting up the climb.
Notice how they bring their feet up and then down onto the hold to try to make sure it's precise. They don't try to put it right on it. They try to slide down the wall onto the hold. But look, she hesitates a little bit here, and that allowed Tita to catch up.
The rope got in her way just a little bit on her right hand, but it did not falter her at all. She's trying to congratulate Tita Cepeda, who will come away with the silver medal. Congratulations to her. How exciting was that?
Oh, yeah, it's great to see.
From Russia, Yulia Novachkina. Congratulations. The 2013 speed climbing women's speed gold medal. Could not be more thrilled, and she's all thumbs up. Novachkina comes away with the win. So here's a look at how it all breaks down. Novachkina from Russia with the gold, Tita Cepeda with the silver, and Siganova from Russia with the bronze. It was a memorable day on the wall with women's speed climbing. Well, much more to come as we now take a look at the BMX Stunt Vert ramp. Vince Byron warming up along with 9 other riders. That is still to come right here at the inaugural Kia World Extreme Games from Shanghai, China. Get on your bike and enjoy us as we got much more to come. And it's Simon Tabron, how about them? And also Dennis McCoy be joining them on the ramp, the grandfather of BMX Stunt Vert Final. So we've got much more, but how about the Kia moment of the day from the speed climbing wall? It was pretty special watching these ladies and men return to Shanghai, China. And this is the Kia moment of the day. And congratulations once again goes out to Yulia Novachkina as she comes away as the gold medal winner here in Shanghai, China. Hello everybody and welcome back to Shanghai, China, the Kia World Extreme Games here on a spectacular day for action sports, and it was that on the aggressive inline street final. The Kia moment and moments of the day. We saw so many of them. The competitors just gave it all on the street course once again. They even had some fun with each other, getting out of each other's way. But it was this young man, Suichiro Kaneshima, with a 90 to win the competition. He has style, he has plenty of attitude, and obviously he is very good at what he does. Suichiro Kaneshima wins gold and the Kia moment of the day. Hi everybody and welcome back to Shanghai, China once again as we get set. All eyes are on the vert ramp. BMX Vert Final. 10 competitors get ready to drop in. 10 athletes compete. They get 3 30-second runs each. The highest score will win. Hi everybody, I'm Paul Higgins along with Zach Yankush, and welcome back to the pipe. It's a great time of day for this competition. Not too much wind, no glare on the ramp. This is a good look at the competitors. As you break it down, Ben Snowden will start us off. Vince Byron will finish it off. And he, of course, is defending champion. Zach, welcome back to Shanghai, China. These 10, you look at, there's a lot of different riders here. It's anyone's bet on who can win, but Vince Byron has to be the guy that's favored.
Absolutely. Vince is definitely looking to double up here. He has been working very, very hard in the offseason. He's got an entirely new bag of tricks, so we can expect a lot of big tricks out of last year's champion, but it looks like we're getting ready to drop Mr. Ben Snowden.
Ben Snowden getting ready to drop into the pipe, and of course, good-looking rider. Judged on creativity, style, difficulty of tricks, falls, one fall, you're down, you're out.
That's exactly it. 30-second format, and here we go with Ben Snowden, starting things off with a big X-up.
And this is our first look at the vert ramp, and this year a little bit different. We had the channel and the drop in the middle of the ramp. Let's see how they use that channel as they drop in if they want, or they, of course, you can use it over the coping, over the top.
Exactly, or you can just use it to drop in and get speed. I think we're going to see a couple guys getting some big airs by using that big rolling.
Zach, can you break it down for us? We know we talk about creativity, style, difficulty of tricks, but as this sport continues to progress, and we have seen it progress unlike some of the other sports, and just huge leaps and bounds. Judges, what else can they look for?
Well, in a competition like this, the judges have their work cut out for them. They're definitely looking for high airs. They want to see consistency. They want to see the guys stay on their bicycle. That's who's going to be on top of the podium, the guys that don't fall, but they want to see constant action. You can expect a lot of constant action out of this guy right here, Colton Satterfield, using that big rolling with that huge no-handed flare. That's how you start your runoff. Now, these guys know what the judges are looking for, and they're going to want to keep every single wall with the trick.
Amazing. Ben Snowden started us off with a 77.33, but Satterfield, man, is he juicing up the competition already?
Colton's another guy, one of the new guns in the BMX professional world. He is just all action right now. That's the first blank air he's had. He's tricked almost every single wall. And that's going to be time for Colton Satterfield. Great run for him.
Jorge Jovel will get ready to go in, but Satterfield will get a really good score. I'm sure it'll be in the high 80s, and this is a good look at Jorge Jovel. And of course, we watched him over the last several years. He always seems to be in the mix of the top 10.
Yeah, Jorge's got an awesome story. Grew up riding in the Bronx, New York. Made the move to Woodward Camp, and his riding has literally gone through the roof in the last 5 years. Starting out with a big flare. Going opposite right there in that air.
Zach mentions you try to do a trick on every single wall. Want to land as high as you can on the transition so you get plenty of speed for the backside.
Nice flare right there to Jorge.
Jorge Jovel, and Satterfield actually got a score of 80.33. So that tells you where the judges are really scoring. It's pretty tight already.
Exactly, and that's something the other riders have to take into consideration. They want to see who has the highest score, think about what that rider did in their run to get that score, and hopefully imitate it or even better it.
Volanta will get ready to come in, so we've seen the scores increase as we get deeper into the field. Jovel with a 81.33. What do you like about Volanta?
Oh, he is just really exciting to watch. He knows how to boost the ramp, so he goes a little bit higher than most of the riders, but he's also one of those ambidextrous riders. We're going to be seeing a lot of guys going both directions. When we talk about both directions, there's a natural and there's an opposite, and going opposite is equivalent of a left-handed baseball player swinging right-handed. Very difficult. The judges certainly take that into consideration. Jan Volanta right here making quick work of run number 1. Looks like he's setting up for something. Nope, he's going to call it right there.
So they get 30 seconds to crank out as much as they possibly can. This is the first 5, and then we'll have our second group of 5. Michael Laren from the United States of America getting ready to go in. Volanta, we'll see his score. He got an 84, so the scores are increasing as we do get deeper into the field.
This guy is something else. He is just amazing on a bike. Look at that one. That's a Grizz Air. I really like Michael's riding because he does all of his tricks proper. Everything is fully clicked, it's extended, it's the way it's supposed to look.
Michael, of course, off to a great start. Judges looking at how much you use the ramp as well.
Yeah, they like to see the entire ramp get used. You know, the guys that are utilizing the entire ramp, using the channel, are certainly going to have a higher score than the guys that don't take advantage of that.
Michael finishing off his run. So there's a look at the first runs in this first round of the BMX Vert final. Best overall score, of course, will win. And we get ready now for Austin Coleman, 81.67.
It's interesting about Michael's run. Michael's the only rider that did not go upside down in his run. That might have something to do with the fact that he got that 81.57, but Austin Coleman on the ramp right now, he is exciting to watch as well. Downside tail whip. He is so good at those. He also has amazing double downside tail whips. No-handed flare right there. There's a great look at a double downside tail whip. If he can stay on his bike, this might be the highest scored run thus far.
Wow, Coleman off to a great start on his first run. You're going to see all the riders get 3 runs each, and Coleman should have the highest score, reacting off of what Zach Yankus just said, and he knows this sport unlike anyone else. And we'll see what Coleman gets as we get ready for Zach Warden. So 10 riders in all in this Vert final, an 84.67. So that is just the highest score of the day. The other score, Jan Valenta, you can see to your left, he has a score of 84. Zach Warden, another great rider.
Zach Warden coming off a gold medal at the X Games in Barcelona a few weeks ago in the mega ramp. Zach's got some really original tricks too. I don't know if we're gonna see it in the first run, but I bet he throws out a couple in maybe his second or third run, taking it upside down flare.
Zach, we hear the brakes every now and then squeaking, or do we hear the brakes?
Nope,
because sometimes some of these guys do not have brakes on their bike.
You're absolutely right, Zach. That's what that noise is. A little bit humid out here. The humidity mixed with the rubber on the brake pad makes that squeaky noise.
Dennis McCoy, I call him, and he's been called this for years, and he's still riding, but he's been called the grandfather of this sport for a long time, and he's still out there
Absolutely.
busting it.
I had pictures of Dennis on the wall back in the 80s when I started riding as a 11-year-old kid, and it's awesome to see him still out there, and it's a testament to what's possible on a BMX bike. You know, he's well into his 40s, and he's still actively competing and doing awesome, as we see right here. McCoy into the big U ramp.
They call him DMC, the real McCoy. Dennis McCoy at one time was a 10-year overall champion in this sport. As Zach said, he grew up with pictures of Dennis on the wall, and now Zach gets an opportunity to commentate on DMC. And he's using the entire ramp. He still has all his big tricks.
Dennis knows what it takes to win a contest. If anybody on that ramp knows, it's Dennis. Wow, that was a 540 bar spin. Spinning the bicycle 540 degrees, and in the middle of it, throwing the bars 360 degrees. Wow.
Good old DMC.
Great run for Dennis.
You know, he's probably done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, including the competition.
Exactly.
You know?
He is a finely tuned, well-oiled machine.
And Dennis McCoy gets an 86 to lead the entire competition right now. Vince Byron, our defending champion. Oh, I'm sorry, here we're gonna go to Simon Tabron. Simon Tabron is dropping in.
The Englishman. Simon's another guy that's been in it for well over 20 years. Check the height.
Clearly over the coping by 10 feet plus.
Huge 540 tabletop right there. Alley-oop 540, wow. Love watching Simon ride. Makes it look so easy.
You mentioned it, he's got some smooth element to him when he's on the ramp. It's almost, you can barely even hear him riding.
Exactly. Simon was one of the first vert riders to actually go brakeless, and as you see, he's still going brakeless. He doesn't need to stop. He just wants to go as fast as possible.
As we wait for Simon Tabron's score, the defending champion from Shanghai in this event, Vince Byron, getting ready to go in. And there's a good look at Vince. Could very well win the competition, 88.67 for Simon Tabron as he moves into the lead spot. Dennis McCoy in second right now, but Vince Byron could change all that.
Here comes Australia's Vince Byron. Get ready for some entertaining BMX out of this guy.
And why is he so good?
You know what? He is one of the new school vert riders. He has just set his mind on a goal. He said he wants to be the best in BMX Vert, and he is absolutely on his way. Little bobble right there.
Yeah, almost landed way on the flat bottom. We'll see if the judges take some points away for that or not. He's got so many big tricks, he can make up for it real quickly. Vince Byron finishing up.
540 tail whip. He might be the only guy out there doing that trick.
So Ben Snowden comes back in. His first run was a 77.33. So we just got word that Vince Byron got an 86.67. So Simon Tabron still leads, but Vince Byron is in second, followed by Dennis McCoy. And this is a good look at Ben Snowden, who Zach mentioned earlier, got a 77.33, and he's off to a good start in this run.
Ben's showing you a good example of ambidextrous riding. He naturally carves from the right to the left, but in both of his runs so far, he has done opposite airs. The judges certainly take that into consideration, hopefully helping his score out a little bit.
Colton Satterfield will be our next rider with an 80.33. Again, you're looking at 10 of the best riders here in Shanghai in the BMX Vert. Huge flare.
Yeah, Colton. Colton, the only rider using that big roll-in. Double tail whip.
So Ben Snowden gets slightly a better score with a 77.67. Colton has an 80.33. He's got 30 seconds inside the pipe. 30 seconds is not a long time.
No, it really isn't. It might seem long when you're out there, but you know what? It really isn't. Whoa! Colton going for a flare tail whip. The crowd showing its appreciation.
Comes up a little bit ginger on that right side. Gingerly comes up, nowhere, does not wear the elbow pads, but of course they are well-oiled professionals. So if you're doing this at home, make sure you wear a helmet, you wear all your pads. I know the man to my right, Zach Yankush, the last time I saw him, I had to kind of like work your hand out.
Yeah,
your hand was
really
so messed up.
You really helped me when I was here. You were like my own personal physical therapist.
And then I saw Ezekiel give you a
crack in my back,
crack in your back
yeah.
and your neck.
I think I'm just getting old. I think that's what it is.
Might be too many plane rides.
That's probably what it is too.
Colton Satterfield got an 80.33. That's his highest score. Jovel on the ramp right now, Jorge Jovel.
Yeah, 540 right into a flare. Jorge's first run was an 81.33. I think he's gonna better that a little bit.
And we'll go into Jan Valenta here in a second with an 84. Again, great conditions right now. There's no shadows on the ramp. The lights are starting to take effect.
Perfect night for a BMX Vert contest.
Yeah, a little bit of wind out there, but sometimes, you know, depends on where you are at this stadium. It can either go through that ramp or go over it or around it. Right now, it doesn't seem to be affecting them at all.
Nope, these guys are loving it. All right, here we go. Czech Republic, Jan Valenta.
So Jovel with an 81.67. Valenta in the pipe right now with an 84.
Yeah, bar spin to bar spin, throwing those handlebars 360 degrees. That's called an alley-oop when the rider travels backwards. Getting a great look at an alley-oop from Jan Valenta. Nice tail whip right there. Winding time down.
I can only imagine how fun the alley-oop actually is, traveling backwards across. Remember,
it's a great feeling. It is a great feeling.
Yeah.
And if it's done right, it looks really well. Jan does some really good ones.
Valenta, he's going to try to beat that score of 84 as we get set for Laren, Michael Laren. And there's a good look at him. And 83.33 was the last score for Valenta. So he'll hold on to that 84. Michael, what does he need to do? He's got an 81.67. I'm sure he would love to get a medal.
Yeah, the thing with Michael is he needs to go upside down. If you want to get on the podium, you've got to go upside down. The bar is raised so high with these athletes. And if you're not doing flares, you're not going to be on the podium. And there's a flare out of Michael. He just learned those 2 years ago. We've not seen him do too many flares in competition, but like we said, he sees everybody else doing it. He knows he wants a high score. He's got to go upside down.
And Zach, you're talking about the insight from a judging perspective. He heard you, he did it, so that should improve on his score. Valenta, as you mentioned, does his flare that he learned a couple of years ago. The last score he had was an 81.67. We'll see if he gets a better score than that as we get set for Austin Coleman, 29 years old, out of USA. 81.33 was the last score for Michael. So he doesn't get a higher score, but Coleman goes high.
Coleman blasts. He rides a lot with Ben Snowden. Ben's got an incredible ramp complex in his backyard back in Los Angeles. These guys ride together all the time.
Austin Coleman inside the pipe.
Yes, double downside tail whip. Beautifully executed. Not too many guys doing that trick on vert.
Finishes up very strong for Austin Coleman. That 84.67, he hopes to do better than that. As we get to Zach Warden, And Zach, his first run was an 82.33. So Coleman with that 84.67, still in the middle of the pack right now. 10 riders in all, and 84 for Coleman. So
Zach Wharton dropping in right now, big smile on his face. Now Zach does bike flips, and I don't know if we're gonna get one out of him here. They look insane. Double whip right there. He does bike flips better than anybody else. A bike flip is when you throw the bike vertically. The bike does the flip, your body stays in one position. Let's see if we can get a bike flip out of this guy.
That just seems so crazy, you know?
Oh, BMX has progressed so much in the last 5 years, man. It is so insane.
And I noticed Zach doesn't wear gloves either.
No, well, that's actually one of the things that made me think he was going to do the bike flip, because for a bike flip, your hands have to be a little bit sweaty to throw the bike around.
So Dennis McCoy had a score of 86 on his first run. Zach Wharton with an 82.33 as the scores continue to come in. The leaderboard constantly changing.
Real McCoy dropping on in. Dennis is one of the guys that has every trick in his repertoire. 540s, tail whips, 900s, he can do anything. It's just a matter of sitting back and watching the Dennis show.
I first interviewed Dennis back in 1994 on a trip to Oklahoma at Matt Hoffman's old skate park, or riding park today. I would say skate park, but BMX. Oh, huge 900!
Wow. Oh my goodness, we talked about it. Dennis McCoy throwing down a 900. Well into his 40s, he's still got it.
Amazing. Dennis McCoy's score will become better than that 86. How about it? That was just amazing. Dennis McCoy throwing down a 900, and they see the leaderboard. They know where they are right there on that monitor. Dennis McCoy, a huge 900. Simon Tabron, 87.33 for Dennis.
I will say this, there are two guys on that ramp that have 900s dialed. And Dennis McCoy is the first, and this man is the second. And it's going to be very interesting to see what Simon does here after watching Dennis's run.
Simon just pumping up for something big right now.
Big 540.
Oh, man, his back wheel hit the top of the ramp, and that could have been disastrous for him.
Absolutely. We call that casing. Casing is when your back tire catches, and like you said, if he would have leaned a little bit forward, that could have been very disastrous. When you case, you have to put all your weight back so you don't flip over the handlebars. And Simon did just that. Thankfully, he got out of that one okay.
That's amazing. He held on. Just shows you the strength of these riders. Vince Byron, his best run so far was his first run, his only run, 86.67. Simon Tabron in the lead, Dennis McCoy in second. Vince Byron, though, as we mentioned in his first run, could change up that leaderboard right here in this 30 seconds.
Vince wants to get a solid run under his belt. First run, he had some bobbles. He wants a good run. Let's see what Vince has got. Nice double tail whip. Whoa! Look back, right into a flare whip. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. This could be the run right here, Paul. 540 whip. Wow. Looking incredible right now. The young man from Australia, opposite flare.
Spectacular run and a bad crash at the end. He was trying to hold on. The buzzer went off. The 30 seconds went off. It'd be interesting to see if the judges, how they score that. Vince Byron, the defending champion. So we've seen the 10 riders, they've gone twice. They will get one more run. And we will have that run in just moments from now. Again, 88.67. Simon Tabron was the leader going into that. We'll take a look at the leaderboard as we get set to go for a break. Simon Tabron with the lead, 88.67. DMC, 40-plus years old with that 900 and 87.33. Our defending champion from Australia, Vince Byron, with a score of 86.67. We'll be back with much more. The BMX Vert, the Kia World Extreme Games. More after this. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Kia World Extreme Games. We have an updated leaderboard for you, and Vince Byron, our defending champion, with a 90.67 in his last run. And that makes Simon Tabron in second, and the 46-year-old Dennis McCoy, who just whipped out a 900, currently in the third spot. Hi, everybody, I'm Paul Higgins, along with my friend Zach Yankush, back on the vert ramp. And we welcome you back for a final look at our 10 riders as they have one run left. 30 seconds in each run. Boy, I'm nervous just taking a look at this right now.
This is going to be a great third run out of these guys. Ben Snowden starting things off from California. Always a familiar face out here in Shanghai. He is full-time BMX rider, part-time DJ. He's actually spinning some clubs while he's out here in Shanghai.
I'm sure he is. 77.33 was his first run. He bettered that just by 77.67 in his second run. Here, his third and final run in Shanghai this year. Unless we see him on the mini mega ramp.
Yeah, we might see him. I didn't see his name on the list, but he might be riding.
You never know, right? So Snowden will sit back and enjoy as he takes off his helmet, and he will put on his headphones and his spinning capabilities in the clubs around Shanghai as we get set for Colton Satterfield. And I like this young man. 80.33 came out and really showing his stuff here.
Yeah, Colton is a really focused rider. He's one of those guys that is really focused on what he wants to do, so he knows that he's got to throw it down right here. Let's see what Colton brings to the table in run number 3.
Whoa! Great tail whip.
Double tail whip. Opposite air right there.
Again, when Zach talks about the opposite air, it's going against your regular direction, or if you brush your teeth with your right hand, try to do it in the morning with your left hand. See how well you do.
540 tail whip. Oh, just losing it right there. It was close. He's got a smile on his face. We will certainly see more of this guy this week. He will be riding in the mini mega ramp competition.
Colton Satterfield taking off his helmet, giving away to Jorge Jovel. His score of 81.67 does not earn him a medal right now. Last run for Satterfield was just under an 80. Still to come, Michael Laren on deck. And Valenta on deck as well.
Jorge going one hand, 1 foot. Yeah, bar spin to toboggan. Combinations are the key these days. Combining more than one trick is certainly what's going to get you on the podium. And as we've seen from all 3 of our current podium guys, they have packed their runs with combinations.
Jovel slipped a pedal on the right side, comes down. He will finish off and does a great job of showmanship to
There
the
you
crowd.
go, a little flat land for the good fans here in Shanghai.
Jan Valenta getting ready to come in. He has a score of 84 even, 77.33 for Jovel. He'll hold on to the 81.67 as the intensity is starting to build as we get in to the last 6 riders. Valenta, huge.
Flare turn down. Bar spin to bar spin. That's these combinations that the judges like to see. Packing as much action into your run as possible. That's a flare bar spin.
That almost, can you somebody do an opposite like that, a flare bar spin?
Yep, and that's the crazy aspect of BMX these days. It's getting so technical. As an announcer, sometimes it's so hard to even call it because guys are doing opposite tricks and their opposite tricks look as good as regular tricks.
Michael Laren, he had an 81.67 and an 81.33 his last run. And so here he comes in, 25 years old. Can you imagine that? You look at Dennis McCoy, who is 21 years older than this guy.
That's insane.
This is Michael Laren. He is 1 year older than the youngest athlete, which is Zach Warden at 24. No, I'm sorry, Vince Byron's 23.
Yep. Michael Laren looks like he might be setting up for something here. Big look back there. Is a good look at a flare again. Downside tail whip. Very consistent rider Michael Laren is. You can expect a lot more out of this guy in the next couple of years. He's going to find his niche, and we will expect big things out of Michael Laren.
Zach Warden, great camaraderie with these riders, and we get set now for Austin Coleman. Austin is 29 years old. He got an 84.67, and his last run was an 84. And we get set for Austin. And the judges are in the background right over his left shoulder. That's where the judges sit.
Yeah, and all of our judges are former professional BMX riders. They know this sport inside and out. I think they've got the hardest job of the weekend because, you know, like I said, the level of BMX riding is so insane and the competition is so close that I don't know how they do it sometimes.
So you see the cameraman in the red shirt to your left. Well, to the right behind the rider, Austin Coleman, is the judges. So that's a good look at them.
Lee Ramsdale, Dave Brumlow, Ryan Corrigan, Joe Rich, and Big Island, Mike Castillo. All very, very well-known names in BMX.
Coleman with an 84.67. No-hander.
See that double downside right here? Maybe setting up for it. Oh! Austin Coleman, that was a flare downside tail whip. That's a new one out of Austin Coleman. We talk about progression. These guys, every year, they come to the contest with new tricks. There's a new one that Austin's been working on.
So here we go. We've got now 4 riders left, including Zach Warden, Dennis McCoy, Simon Tabron, and our defending champion from Shanghai, China, Vince Byron. And earlier on, Zach was talking about Zach Warden possibly doing a bike flip. We'll see if that is uncorked here or not.
Zach is really focused on the mega ramp, but he certainly,
oh man, how did he get his hands?
There you go, right there. Every BMX rider in this stadium grabbed their jaw. We didn't think he was going to come out of that. And then he followed that up with a big ka-ching. You see the smile on his face. For our friends at home, Zach missed the handlebars right there, and that could have been very, very bad. I'm talking he was less than 1 second away from going to the hospital, and you see the look on his face. Wow, we are all really, really glad that Zach got out of that thing unscathed.
See that emergency exit only? That's where he would have been going.
Exactly, wow.
Dennis McCoy, 46 years old, just pulled off a 900 in a second run. He does have a medal right now. 87.33 is his score. You never know with McCoy. Sometimes he goes out in a big flame.
You're absolutely right, and that's the thing. He's already on the podium right now. What is he going to do? Is he going to sit and chill and hope nobody can knock him out, or is he going to go full throttle?
He'll call his wife in a little while parody and say, hey, you know what? I got another one. Oh, just got caught up in that little crease.
That could have been a big one. Looking for a hang 5 across the deck of a vert ramp. No one does that trick, Paul. Nobody.
That's amazing. So here we go. Simon Tabron be the only one that could get a better score than our defending champion, Vince Byron. So here we go, Simon Tabron. And if you're wondering how old he is, he's 39 years old. Pretty amazing. These guys well into their 30s and into their 40s riding a bicycle.
And the other thing about it is that, you know, they're in their 40s, but they don't look it at all. No. You know, BMX keeps these guys young.
Huge air, no hand at 540. Simon Tabron clearing the ramp.
Wow, there's another great look at an alley-oop. 540 while he's spinning backwards. Great run for Simon right here.
Yeah!
Simon Tabron finishing it up. Dennis McCoy with an 87.33. Right now, McCoy has the bronze medal. And Simon Tabron with a 90, Simon Tabron with an 88.67. And Vince Byron will once again win gold in Shanghai. Wow.
Congrats to Vince. And what's crazy about Vince is that score, that 90.67, he crashed at the end of it. That's a testament to how much he put into that run. He crashed at the end and he's still leading. So this is his victory lap. Is he gonna chill or is he gonna go nuts for us? Let's see what the young Aussie and your champion here at the Kia World Extreme Games.
Huge.
Whoa, big flare whip. He is gonna go full throttle with it. Are we gonna get the Superman seat grab 540? That's what I wanna know. He's the only rider in the world doing that trick.
And with the contest schedule in full motion, maybe he just lays out right now.
I think that's what he's gonna do right there. Just a little
for another
ice
day.
pick grind, and he is gonna call it. Great run for the Australian Vince Byron.
Vince Byron went into that run with a 90.67. That was good enough to win gold. Simon Tabron was silver at 88.67. And DMC 87.33. Dennis McCoy winning the bronze. And how about that? Instant moment here at the Kia World Extreme Games. So camaraderie all around, and you'll see much more of the gentlemen on bikes as we will head to the street course and also the big ramp, the mini mega ramp, later on in the week. So it's certainly been an epic day here at the Kia World Extreme Games. Here is a look at the gold medalist Vince Byron, Simon Tabron, and Dennis McCoy. There's your gold, silver, and bronze BMX Vert medalists at the Kia World Extreme Games in Shanghai, China. So another epic day as we get set for more to come in the following days here in Shanghai, China. We'll see more of the bikes, inline, of course, and much more. So it's been a great day for Zach Yankus, Ezekiel Anderson, Jim Wah. I'm Paul Higgins. Thanks for watching.